Incident of the keys to the Kaaba. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that at the time of the conquest of Makkah, the keys to the Kaaba were in the possession of Uthman bin Talha. Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu requested that he be given the keys. However, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon emerging from the Kaaba, returned the keys to Uthman bin Talha radiallahu anhu, who by that point had accepted Islam. Once before his migration, the Holy Prophet ﷺ had asked Uthman bin Talha for the keys to the Kaaba, and in response, Uthman used foul language against the Holy Prophet ﷺ. At that instance, the Holy Prophet ﷺ told Uthman to remember that one day the keys to the Kaaba would inevitably fall into his possession, and he would give the keys to whomever he pleased. Uthman replied that if such a time did come, it would be a day of humiliation for the Quraysh. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that on the contrary, it would be a day of honor. Holy Prophet ﷺ remembered all of these things and the ways in which he was treated and dealt with. However, in response, the Holy Prophet ﷺ displayed mercy and kindness. On the day of the conquest of Makkah, Uthman would also have remembered that instance. Yet the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that he should take the keys and that they would remain in the possession of his family. To this day, the keys of the Kaaba remain in the possession of Uthman bin Talha's radiallahu anhu's lineage. The Holy Prophet ﷺ addressed the people and said that God had made Makkah sacred since he created the heavens and the earth, the sun and the moon, and the mountains Safa and Marwa. Thereafter, Fudala bin Umair's plot to assassinate the Holy Prophet ﷺ was exposed. He was among the crowd when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was circling the Kaaba, and he had planned to attack the Holy Prophet ﷺ with his dagger. As Fudala drew near, the Holy Prophet ﷺ saw him and he asked him what he was thinking about. Fudala lied and said that he was remembering God. The Holy Prophet ﷺ smiled and told him to seek forgiveness from Allah because he knew he was lying. He then approached Fudala and placed his hand on his chest. Fudala himself states that when the Holy Prophet ﷺ removed his hand from his chest, by that time there was no one more beloved to him in the world than the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he abandoned his original plan. Hazrat Abu Bakr's radiallahu anhu's father accepts Islam. When the Holy Prophet ﷺ entered the sacred mosque, Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu brought his father to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Upon seeing him, the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu why he had brought such an elderly person there, when he could have gone to him. Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said that he felt it was more appropriate that he be brought to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ placed his hand upon Hazrat Abu Bakr's radiallahu anhu's father's chest and invited him to Islam, upon which he had accepted. The victor of Makkah's love for simplicity. On the day of the conquest of Makkah, the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked Hazrat Hani radiallahu anha if she had anything to eat at home. She replied that she had some dry bread and nothing else, but she was ashamed to present that to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. However, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that it would suffice and asked for it to be brought. When she brought the dried bread, the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked if she had any sort of stew, to which Hazrat Hani radiallahu anha replied that she only had vinegar. The Holy Prophet ﷺ asked for the vinegar to also be brought, and he poured it over the bread. He ate it and thanked God, saying that vinegar is the best stew or sauce. This was the conduct of the victor of Makkah, who could have had anything he wanted, yet he chose the simple meal of dried bread and vinegar. One person who had come to the Holy Prophet ﷺ to pledge allegiance was so awestruck by the Holy Prophet ﷺ that he was shaking. The Holy Prophet ﷺ told him not to be scared, saying that he was not a king, rather he was the son of a woman who ate dried meat in Makkah. Rebuttal of allegation regarding individuals ordered to be killed. Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad radiallahu anhu, the second caliph, who said there were 11 people who had committed such crimes that warranted execution for their war crimes. However, despite this, the majority of these people were forgiven by the Holy Prophet ﷺ upon the recommendation of other Muslims. This echoes the view of the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, as well. Some historians are mistaken in the views that they present in this regard, as some of them say that the Holy Prophet ﷺ ordered the execution of such people who wrote poetry against him. However, this could never have been the case, as the Holy Prophet ﷺ never took personal retribution. What's more, the Holy Prophet ﷺ forgave such people during the conquest of Makkah who had done much worse. Even the Jewish woman who had presented the Holy Prophet ﷺ with poisoned meat was forgiven by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Hence, there is no sense in saying that the Holy Prophet ﷺ would order the execution of those who spoke against the Holy Prophet ﷺ. As the promised Messiah ﷺ has explained, only a couple of people were handed the punishment of execution, and that too solely as lawful retribution for murders they had committed, a punishment which was established by God Himself. Appeal for prayers. His Holiness, may Allah be His helper, made an appeal for prayers for the state of the world. Everyone must continue praying for the world. His Holiness, may Allah be His helper, said that he has reminded many times before people should gather rations for at least a few months. In fact, even some governments have started telling their citizens to do the same. May Allah have mercy on the world and save it from the dreadful conditions of war.